Rise and shine, it's time for your less unique Final Fantasy XIV video by yours truly. We have talked about the least modest race in the game to the more modest race, and now it's time to talk about the race that has a ton of surprises, and I mean a ton. The only race, so far, that is an animal with human features. We call that I can't read.
Anthropomorphic.
Yeah. While everyone sits idly by waiting for the Hrothy mommies to show up, you can mark my words. In JP FanFest, they will be revealed. Mark my fucking words. So while you sit there in the character creation screen making some of the most badass or most dog-ass creations, this is the race that allows you to experience denial when someone calls you a furry.
No!
This is the Hrothgar Experience. When making a Hrothgar, you are capable of coming up with some of the most unique or most cursed abominations to walk this game. And for the first time ever, I cannot use the same dumb joke that I include in this segment of the video. My existential crisis in the series is slowly catching up to me. But if we add a cock slider, then yeah, I don't need to continue. For the limited options we get in customizations, you're still capable of making the most unique looking Hrothgar in every way possible. Pull out that fantasy of being a monster that has some level of sex appeal because it makes business, I guess. I can tell you something though, if male Robogeddons had the same build as Hrothgars, they'd be more popular. But that's a topic for another video. Being able to be very tribal and animalistic or furry bait, the customization options for this race is honestly pretty cool, with the exception of limitations here and there such as beard lengths, hairstyles, and the list goes on. The voices given to Hrothgars are so extreme in terms of aggression and goofiness that I had to pay respects to those exact same extremes in my own unique way. Ah, fuck. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. In terms of appearance, it's no surprise to say that Hrothgars stand out. Besides being the third tallest race for the boys, their unique model, stance, and build is enough to make them recognizable even as a silhouette. So from a design standpoint, they're probably the coolest in terms of a fantasy world. And after you go through the character customizations, you get to experience the feeling of being a furry for the first time in your life. Probably. Having some animations ranging from subtle to crazy, this race has it good. Sometimes they look like a disappointed father, and other times they look like they're very proud of you. In the end, I feel like Hrothgars have some pretty good animations, some better than most humanoid-based characters, and that says a lot. Now obviously, we don't have female Hrothgars added into the game, so let me just snap in how people would imagine female Hrothgars to look like. You're welcome. Hrothgars are very interesting for how many different kinds there are around the world. They can be the most wholesome or most perverted person you've ever met, as well as being the most casual of players to more hardcore players in this game. Speaking of casual, let's talk glamour. Hrothgars make glamour look interesting, and not the same kind of interesting as female Makote or male Elezen, by being able to cater to a fantasy that you would see in a TV show or cartoon. But there is a drawback to having high fantasy, and that is the incapability of wearing majority headpieces that are available in the game. As if you really need that, because to be honest with you, the face model for Hrothgars is extremely detailed for how dated the graphics in this game is. At the moment, yes, I am aware. And if I were to describe Hrothgars in a single sentence, it would be soft furry dads who are fatherless and round up to being gay or VRSexual. You can blame the community for that, don't look at me. In the end, Hrothgars are a 1 in a million type of race, having a unique model that makes them different from all the available playable races in this game. I genuinely hope to see the same thing for female Hrothgars at some point in the future, but if we instead get a new monster type race that is just as unique as Hrothgars are, then that would be cool too. So we can have more monster fuckers out there besides Aura. I shall now reside in your fridge and slowly lose my sanity for the next video. So, I'll be seeing you then.